viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Got the Jeep up here, my four-wheeler. We just fixed the starter on it. That's good now. I figure, well, I've got Mojo. I've got a high-pressure power steering line that started leaking on it about a year ago. Excuse me, I want to get that fixed. And I should do it for this thing for a little while. Thought I'd bring you guys along. I did get it from the Advanced Auto. I want to have a look-see before we go yanking the other one out. Make sure we got the O-rings. Got a couple O-rings there. Save them. And I don't even think we're going to have to crawl underneath it. This goes up on the pump. Then it just kind of loops down and should hook right into the steering gear. All I have is some very basic tools here, so hopefully it doesn't give us issue. So we can see where it goes right on top of the power steering. The other one, I think it's going to be easy to get to. Pull the air cleaner out of the way, which doesn't really feel like it's bolted down to begin with. Got a flathead here. No, it doesn't feel like it is bolted down. This looks pretty good. Great, this is not even fastened. Even better. Does have one bolt there. Looks like it's supposed to have two. Perhaps. Nope. Maybe just one. Stick that in my pocket. There. So there's that. So that bolt is supposed to go right there. And then it just has a little... Actually, the airbox is all broke. I wonder how that happened. Maybe me and Mrs. O jumped it. And then it's just got a little rubber bumper there. And there's this little guy. And that just has a tab there and a tab there. And then, that's our return line. This should be a piece of cake, man. I do not know if this wrench set goes big enough, but I do have some other wrenches here. That's a 15, no go. That's the biggest this set goes, and then 5/8. Ah, that fits. Yes, look at that. Just like in the movies. It actually comes loose. I don't know if I have any Panther pee here or not. So we'll get this bolt out, or this nut here that goes in the top of the pump. Now my suggestion would be, if this doesn't come loose or the line's twisted and you're changing anyways, just cut the line, put a socket on it, or get the box end of the wrench on it if you can fit it between the reservoir. And just crank that off. That's what I was going to do. I was just going to break it off if we couldn't unspin it using conventional manners here. Now we're going to lose a little bit of fluid. And then we're going to need a bigger wrench. I do actually have a set here. Let me go get them. So anytime I upgrade wrenches at work, I always bring the old set home. What the heck is that thing? Maybe an 18. No. 18's too big, ain't it? Yeah, that's too big, fella. It would help if I would get on the wrong hose that sucked unhooked the wrong one, wouldn't it? Oh, it must be Americana. I don't have any American wrenches. You know what I do in the tractor, though? Why doesn't it make sense? Oh, you know what, you big dummy? Somebody mixed up my wrenches. The 19 was in the 18 hole. Ah, look at that. So it is 18. Mother lover, there we go. Come on, Chiba, get over here. Come on, Chiba. Am I taking off the right one? I am. Chiba, listen. Come on. He starts chasing chipmunks, and next thing you know, we're looking for them. Boom. Piece of cake. Now we should be able to just fish that little guy up out of there. This thing is leaking like crazy. I had to put power steering fluid in it every time I used it. We'll set that on the ground. At least it's an easy one to change, right? Get out our new O-rings. One. Stick that in your mouth so you don't lose it. And a two. Put the one on. Fish that little guy back down there. Sometimes aftermarket power steering lines don't fit worth a crap. A big surprise, right? So we'll get both ends started and then snug them up. Make sure you start them by hand. And if you can't get it started by hand, walk away for a little bit, then come back. That's my trick. Especially if it's on a rack and pinion, you're trying to get up in there, they can be a pain. And we're going to hold our line in the neutral position so it's not rubbing against the steering gear. Let's snug that sucker up. Put the O-ring on the top one. Get that sucker started. They say put an extended nut on it so it's not hiding, you know, down behind that pulley. There, 5/8, there it is. That's like the easiest hose in the world to change. Everybody should own a Jeep. Actually, don't do that. These things are money pits. It's a Jeep thing. Again, I'm going to hold this line off from the back of the pump here so it doesn't rub through. Let's make sure it's snugged up. And it is. I do have some fluid, which actually it's still full. We'll start it and then check it because that line is empty. I used to just fill it to the top because, frankly, it leaked out so fast. Kept our trails oiled down, you know, keep the dust down. What are you looking for? Sheba. She must have saw something. Where's the key? Fluid to it. Now these use ATF plus 4, just like the transfer case and transmission, which is kind of handy. A little overfull. It's got a lot of air bubbles in it though. And then I will take the rest of the fluid and dump it into trans because that also leaks. High pressure power steering hose on your Jeep Grand Cherokee 4.0. Piece of cake, couple wrenches, one socket if you need to take the air box out the proper way. A little bit of fluid and you're on your way. Again, like I say, if those lines are, you know, rusty, crusty, won't come loose, chop it off, use a socket, spin them out instead of trying to get them, you know, broke free from the line. That's the easiest way to do it. And that's how I do it at the shop often, you know, with all the rust and stuff we have to deal with. You get, you know, rack and pinions, anything like that. Just, I'll get up there with a little air saw, hack saw, cut off wheel, whatever. You know, chop the line off, you know, use a wrench, use a socket, And then that way there you're not trying to fight it, not trying to get the line twisted up and it's, you know, ripping other stuff off in the meantime. And speaking of the meantime, in the meantime, that's a lot of meantime. Click that subscribe button. Find us on our socials. Go down there, leave a comment. We're also on Patreon. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.